Should we move on to
Yeah.
us hot dishes and hot dogs? And
If we must.
hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Gospel Unplugged. I'm Pastor Ben Cieslik, and today I'm joined by
Pastor Monica Hammersten, nice to be with you.
Pastor Hammersten. We are continuing talking about hope, and this week it's how hope creates courage. We have a tough story, challenging story, kind of a messy story from Mark's Gospel. It is the story that kind of sat right in between the story we read last week, and so we're going to kind of finish out that chapter, and we'll read it and then talk about it. A large crowd followed Jesus and pressed in on him. Now there was a woman who had been suffering from a flow of blood for 12 years. She had endured much under many physicians and had spent all that she had. And she was no better, but rather grew worse. She had heard about Jesus and came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak. For she said, "If I but touch his cloak, I will be made well." Immediately her flow of blood stopped, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her disease. Immediately aware that power had gone forth from him, Jesus turned about in the crowd and said, "Who touched my cloak?" And his disciples said to him, "You see the crowd pressing in on you. How can you say, 'Who touched me?'" He looked all around to see who had done it. But the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came in fear and trembling, fell down before Jesus, and told him the whole truth. Jesus said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease."
There's so many cool things in here.
So many cool things. So where do you want to start?
Oh, gosh. Well, I guess, it's so important for us to know and remember and think about that Jesus was a human being, that Jesus was a man. And when I first read through this, and the thing that struck me was Jesus being a human, Jesus in his humanity, Jesus wanting to help people. And a leader of his church comes up to him, and he falls at his feet. So picture this. He falls at his feet and then begs him, we read, repeatedly, to please come heal his daughter. Falling at his feet, begging him repeatedly to come heal his daughter. And this is prior to even getting to this woman of today.
This is sort of what sets him in motion.
Yeah. So he's en route to go heal this little girl. And while en route, there's throngs of people following him. And that they are pressing in on him. And all of that, like the weight of that, just stuck out at me. Like the pressure and the weight of these people wanting for Jesus to be, to heal him. How big is that?
Yeah.
And the second thing that stuck out to me was the tenacity of this woman. I mean, you have to love her. We read that she had been hemorrhaging for 12 years. We read that she endured much under many physicians. She endured much under many physicians. Like, what did that mean? 2,000 years ago.
Right.
She endured much, and that she lived her life. It sounds like she was alone, and that she spent all her money trying to be healed. So here's this lone woman who's clearly physically, if she's hemorrhaging, she must be incredibly weak. She's gone to who knows what to heal her with no, with no response. Mm-hmm. But she's so faithful, and she so believes that Jesus is going to help her that she just reaches out and touches his cloak. Like, you got to love her chutzpah. I mean, I love that woman.
It's also really offensive. I mean, in a lot of ways, in the sense that, like, she shouldn't be doing this.
Because according to what because he was Jesus.
Because he was Jesus. Because, I mean, in her culture, she's ritually unclean because she's been bleeding for this long. So she does not, like, to touch somebody else makes them unclean. Mm-hmm. So she's like, I don't know, like almost quadruply marginalized. Like, She has no money left over. She's been suffering for all this time, doesn't really belong in the community anymore because she has no way to deal with this thing that kind of sets her apart. So like, not only is she incredibly bold, but it's a transgressive act.
I love the fact that she clearly knew all that.
Sure.
And she didn't buy into an ounce of society's pressure. She's like, nope, I'm going straight for Jesus.
Yes. And also she's still terrified. Like it's fear-inducing.
Hence
like,
the
right?
Tenacity.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to find Jesus.
So whether it's, desperation or courage or a combination of both, it is incredible what she does. And then the experience that she has of being healed of just by touching Jesus, and then the now what?
Right.
Right. Because he, as the story says, he experiences it, senses it, and then starts looking around like,
who did that?
Who did this thing? Which I think, creates this fear in her. Like, oh, I needed to do that. I shouldn't have done that. Now what?
And back to Jesus' humanity. In that moment, when he felt the power leave him and he knew someone had touched him and someone had been healed, I think our human brain leads us to think, who did that? Who touched me? Who took some of, my power away from me? But knowing Jesus, I would wager that he was turning to think, oh, someone here needed healing. Someone here needed my power. I want to turn and look and see who that was that needed my healing.
And it's interesting, I think, that, how he responds. It's a bold claim to call her a daughter, because it signifies a sense of relationship, a sense of connection, a sense of belonging that she hasn't had for 12 years, maybe longer. And Jesus looks at her and says, daughter, child, you belong, and your faith has made you well. Which is a beautiful moment in this story. Like the healing, that's a big deal. I mean, that's life-changing, to be sure, but
as is being welcomed into the flock.
Right. And I think that in some ways maybe even might be the bigger, more lasting change in her life, as Jesus has seen her and called her daughter. And
seen her. We read that she came to Jesus with fear and trembling, fell down before him, and told him the whole truth. So she was seen, she was heard, and she was loved exactly as she was.
So what do you want people to be thinking about as they get ready for Sunday?
Oh, a couple things. First of all, I was thinking when we are thinking of the humanity of Jesus, and you think of, the crowds pressing in on him, people falling before his feet, all the pressure that was upon him at that time, and how much he clearly would have wanted to help everybody. And I hear the stories of so many church ladies who give until they have nothing left to give. And I would ask you, if you're feeling that, what do you think Jesus would say to you in that moment? If Jesus came across you and you were depleted, how would Jesus respond? And the second question is, and what is my second question? Oh, what healing do you desire? What great healing do you desire? It might be something for you. It might be something for your loved one. But what healing do you desire? And have you, like the woman in our story, tried falling at Jesus' feet and telling him the whole truth?
Thanks. It's a beautiful story and invites us to consider some of those big and challenging questions. So thanks for your insights today, and look forward to seeing you all in church on Sunday.
See you soon.